Burkina Faso's new government on Wednesday declared its top priority would be to secure the nation's territory after the latest coup to rock the jihadist Sahel state. A UN envoy warned in New York that around 4.9 million of the population need urgent aid in Burkina Faso, as many mothers are forced to feed their children with leaves and salt. The Prime Minister outlined the nation's priorities at the first cabinet meeting.
Comme vous le savez, n'est-ce pas, c'est un gouvernement de combat qui a été formé.
It's a fighting government that has been formed, not a gala dinner government, and the President has insisted on this point again this morning. This government will have three main objectives. The first objective, the main one, and the priority is to secure the territory, and this is something to which everyone can contribute. Every Burkinabe who calls himself a patriot can contribute in his own way. 5 ministers in the previous government under Lieutenant Colonel Doumbouya, who have toppled in the latest coup, have stayed on. The motive for both coups was anger at failures to stem a 7-year jihadist insurgency that have claimed thousands of lives and driven nearly 2 million people from their homes. Diageo plc, the largest spirit producer in the world, announced on Friday that it has proposed to purchase more shares in Kenya's East African breweries in order to increase its interest there by a third to 65%. The multinational alcoholic beverage company announced in a statement that it is making an offer to purchase 118.39 million shares at $1.59 each, representing a 40% premium over the market price. According to Diageo, the offer expires on March 10 of next year. It also stated that it would not attempt to acquire full ownership of the business should it reach its goal of doing so.
Guinea's ruling junta has given foreign companies until the end of May to submit proposals and a timetable for the construction of bauxite refineries. Colonel Mamadou Doumbouya on Saturday told industrialists to do this before the end of May and to ensure all raw materials used in the manufacturing process be produced locally. The junta head also warned that foreign companies that violate the refinery construction deadlines will be penalized. With an estimated 7.4 billion tons, Guinea has the world's largest reserves of bauxite, a mineral used in the manufacture of aluminium, which is essential for the automotive and food industries. It is also the second largest producer. China imports about half of its bauxite needs from Guinea. However, the benefits to Guinea from bauxite mining and other abundant natural resources such as iron, gold, and diamonds are notoriously disproportionate. Experts cite insufficient investment, lack of essential infrastructure such as roads, and rampant corruption as factors that have hindered growth.
Mechanical diggers are hard at work in the yellowish landscape of the Moanda open cast mine in Gabon. This region, located in the east of the Central African nation, contains as much as a quarter of known global reserves of the ore, according to Comilog, a subsidiary of the French group Eramet, which operates the site. The silvery metal has gained star status thanks to its emerging role in rechargeable car batteries. As decarbonization goes into higher gear, Gabon's economy could benefit from the metal boom. Here at Comilog, we have a policy which aims to reach the target of 10 million tons in 2025. If we can take a reference date, for example, in 2017 we extracted 4 million tons, and today, at the end of the year 2022, we will be able to achieve 7.5 million tons. This is an important speed. Ramping up production enables us to position ourselves as the world leader. We are the world leader regarding manganese production. Manganese is an important raw material in the iron and steel industry, as it is used for hardening steel and prevents it from rusting. Comilog, which has operated the Moanda mine since 1960, says its contribution to the national economy in various forms stands at around $345 million per year. The daily target here is to deliver 36,000 tons of manganese to our internal customers. The mining company claims its activity has enabled the creation of 9,400 direct and indirect jobs, the long-standing problem remains. Africa is typically used as a source of raw materials and rarely for processing them into goods of higher value.
For years, illegal sand mining, otherwise known as sand poaching, has been a growing cancer in Zimbabwe. Thousands of hectares of land in the country's capital city, Harare, has been left extensively damaged. We have resorted to sand poaching and bricklaying because there are no jobs. It's easy for us to find the sand we need because it's easily accessible at the nearby graveyard. So we have to survive even if it means breaking the law. A lot of young men in this community are into this venture. With places where a sizable amount of sand can be illegally mined dwindling every day, sand poachers have resorted to digging in a cemetery in one of Harare's high-density suburbs, Epworth. Not only are they exhuming the dead, they are also disposing corpses they would have dug up in a nearby river. As a community leader who had taken part in the burial of more than 100 kids, I am saddened that a huge chunk of the graves at which we laid them to rest has disappeared. All that is left now is the shallow ditch. Some of the graves are now exposed. The sand poachers have removed a lot of corpses and thrown them in the nearby river.
What you find is currently within, particularly Chitungwiza and Epworth, we've got rampant sand poaching. These sand poachers are basically going into areas where there's river sand and any other form of sand type that can be used for construction. The challenge we have as we approach the rainy season is that when the rains come and fill up most of these places, we have children who drown. As it is, our laws need to be reviewed. And we are in the process of, I know EMA is in the process, our environmental management authorities in the process of reviewing all their acts, and so that we can criminalize most of these aspects of land degradation.
It remains to be seen whether Epworth's Zinyegere Cemetery will recover from the immense environmental degradation it's been subjected to due to illegal sand poaching.